We're eager to hear is from Kirsi Hassinen, Business Unit Director at Platom. Please welcome Kirsi.
Hello. Okay, it is on. Thank you. So, thank you that you invite me, Rauli. It was my pleasure to be here, and nice that you all are here today. So, I was waiting that how the prices are connected to licensing or some qualification things, and I didn't found that very much. But now we know that nuclear is needed. And then we know that there are a lot of need, and we know that prices can be make much more lower than we have it today. One aspect is that how we can more get the prices lower is that how we make the papers and approvals and licensing things with SMEs. And before I have make presentation about how the regulations or requirements in nuclear sites should be developed, but today I think that I take another topic, and we know already that with regulations we have today, we can make it, but we have to really think the way we are doing this licensing and approval processes. And this is also in Finland, but also in Europe. We have a lot of similar requirements over the Europe, and also we know that there are a lot of harmonization work ongoing. But still there are work to do, and that's some aspects today I try to find keys to help lower the prices for licensing and other approvals side. So first, around 25 years I go to Loviisa power plant, and then I have been in Olkiluoto also, and last year I was working with Fennovoima in Hanhikivi project. So I have been in hundreds of projects, and I have been making really much papers, so I have been there. So that's all I want to say, that I have been there. I have been really in a bad situation, as I could say. So I know what I am talking about today with this paper and approval things. A few words about Platom, and then the key issue is that licensing optimization opportunities. Platom is a private-owned Finnish consultation company, and we have been here over 20 years, and we have made over 600 nuclear projects, and we do only nuclear projects, nothing else. That is where we are focused and want to be. And then licensing optimization opportunities. And maybe I'm focused a little bit in the first steps, so construction and operating license. There are different phases in different countries, but somehow that we have to have approval to build and approval to use these plants. And there are nowadays we think that there are three different kind of aspects, that the site has to be approved every time. There are some authority requirements concerning that, and then there are the plant design, the safety concept, and it can be make only once, and after that make maybe the handle of changes, and then who are the actors, so the operators aspect, and it can also make once or transferring, comparison the sciences we have. But today I don't want to discuss about these 3 topics. I think how to do it, and they are suitable for all of these different phases. So easily there are over 20,000 different separated requirements. So we have to know what we are doing. And because we have so many requirements, they can be handled, but use people who have deep understanding why the regulations are there, why the requirements are there. Because the requirements itself is not the key, but the question why they are there. And that's the key point, that we have to have our knowledge to understand what and how we can manage to get the safety, radiation and nuclear safety. And because we have requirements from different contexts, we have Finnish requirements, we have Europe requirements, we have to make comparison. If we want to have approvals in Finland and outside, then why don't we use already made work? If we always start again and make it again and again, this is how we have done it actually lately, and it's not worth it. So we have to understand the overall pictures and the contexts, and we have to find new ways to do it. So we don't want to use the ways we have done it over 10 years or in later projects we have here in Finland or outside. And also cooperation and communication is always very, very important things. And then when we have this overall big picture, then we have to be able to do simplification. Nowadays we have make approvals, applications for actually even for each equipment. We have approvals for all safety classified equipments. And for example, in big nuclear power plants, only valves, there are 60,000 pieces of valves. If you have approvals for a little group of them, then you make thousands of papers only for valves. But if you make the approvals, applications, and the requirement fulfillments study for systems and even plants, then you understand that the work, the amount of work you have to do is much more less and less and less. And of course you understand that the first time and the second time there are even more less and less. So we have to think it again. We have to find new ways to do it, more effective. And this is nothing to do that we don't have same safety, because we always are sure that the safety requirements have to be fulfilled and justified and in traceability way. So we do it more effective, but we do all what is needed for safety. So now we should think it again, so that always when we have approvals for equipments or systems or plants, we do it against requirements. And then after that, we can always use that information. If we have new valves, new pipes or pumps or whatever, we can make comparison and make only what is missing. So gap analysis is needed. And that's why I say that need to have the context and the comparison and then gap analysis. And after that we do always only the missing part of it. But nowadays we have make it into a difficult way. We have a lot of opportunities to make it more easier and cheaper also, of course, and time saving way. And that's not need any requirement changes now. We have good authority requirements. Of course, they are detailed, but we can manage with that. And then if we think about manufacturer approvals, for example, one EDG project have 1,000 sub-suppliers. And they have to be approved. So we have to think twice how we approve the manufacturer and special processes. We have thousands of special processes which has to be approved when we build new nuclear plant. So we can have more effective processes behind there. And then this equipment approvals and quality control programs, type tests, and so on. So we have plenty of opportunities to make it more effective. And we haven't every time managed to do it, to be sure. And this is all allowed now according to this regulation we have now. But we have to think, for example, how we buy the component and design and the systems. If we buy systems by systems, it's from outside, and then they all make their own approvals, but they can buy the same components or same design in same sub-suppliers. But if we always buy it like you deliver some system and other, then we make it again, and again. So please, we have to be clever. And qualification. Despite the use of standard products and serial manufactured standard products and the harmonization and increasing use of industrial standards, there are still some work to do. And this is environmental qualification. We have seismic curves and so on. I don't go there so deeply, but we have to also consider how we make environmental qualification, because there are these opportunities also. And there we have to use risk-based approach and grouping. So we don't put the work there, we don't need it, but we understand what is risk-based, and then we use that. This is in Europe now coming more and more important in this nuclear business. And this is my own. Use more testing if possible, because that analyses are always so that they can take years to discuss if the analyses are made correct. So this is my own, that if you can, please test it. It's my not so successful story sometimes. And because we have very much requirements and they are similar, different countries and projects, use requirement management, and then it comes easier and easier every year. And that's why I want to say some words about that. First time, okay, we have to unpack requirements to program, so understand the targets we are, because for example, we have this kind of requirements in Finland that when the component is manufactured in manufacturer place, the licensees has to make requirement fulfillment report and inspection there, and the report shall be connected to authority documentation. But what we get at, how we get safety with doing that, because it's nothing to do with safety. You can check the requirement fulfillment somewhere else also than in the manufacturer place. It is because sometimes they have been shipped to the nuclear power plant, and then there has come some problems and it has to be sent back. But it's economical, this thing. It is not a safety thing. Of course, you can have some risks in travel this equipment, but we have to really consider and think what makes safety. And second time, we make comparison what requirements are already fulfilled and justice only missing evidences. And third time, always less and less work in each round. So everybody understands that, but how it is so difficult to do, because we all understand that, I think. And then after we have made this kind of procedures, then we can be awareness that we recognize and maintain the changes. It's much more less work than do it again and again. And if we can cooperate, then we are very successful with this kind of things. So my message today is that we have huge potential to reduce the workloads, time schedules, and prices. Licensing is possible and profitable. Thank you from my side. Oh, there was some slide still. Maybe you can read it at your home. And then there is ready to cooperate if you want to touch, then please contact.
Do you have some questions? Rauli, do we have time for speaker questions? We're gonna. Okay, thank you very much.